My Christmas lunch, well, it's traditional, but preceding the Christmas lunch is always a trip to the pub, the Cornish Arms, where we go for just 1 hour, and I have one pint, occasionally two, and then we come back, and most of the stuff, with any luck, is ready to go. Well, hello, I'm Rick Stein. I'm actually in my restaurant in Barnes in London doing a little bit of a chat about Christmas, which always fills me with joy. For Christmas lunch, I do a lot of the cooking, but I always enroll my son Jack, who's sort of taking over from me running the kitchens of our business, because he's actually a bit more organised than me, and he sort of like actually takes over himself. He says, right, Dad, stand over there. He gets all the plates out, gets everything happening. And actually I have roast goose for Christmas lunch, and it's roast goose with sage and onion stuffing and with apple sauce, roast potatoes, and normally 3 veg, probably a puree of carrot and swede with a little potato in it, some Brussels sprouts, of course, and one other veg, often a melange of peas, broad beans from the summer, and carrots. We don't normally have a starter because it's just too much to get through, and also there's too much excitement, but if we do, it'll be something like smoked salmon or some oysters. And for pud, well, it's always Christmas pudding. I know a lot of people don't like it, but since I started doing Christmas pudding with ice cream rather than brandy butter or more strong rich sauces, everybody seems to like it much more, and that's it. Mistakes people make at Christmas, well, I only have to look into my own soul to tell you what the mistakes are, and the big mistake is timing. A lot of the time you can do stuff far, far earlier than you think, and try not, this is maybe the second of the mistakes, try not to leave everything to Christmas morning, because most of the stuff you can reheat, particularly if you do sort of gratins of vegetables, but a goose or a turkey particularly will keep warm for an awful long time covered, so do get that cooked early. I suppose the other mistake is not realising how much people will interfere with the cooking process when they come round for Christmas lunch. And that's another reason for doing everything early. You have to bear in mind that if you've got anything left to do when everybody arrives, you're in trouble. We always have a fish alternative for Christmas, because fish is my thing, and we have turbot on Christmas Eve. Now, it's a bit tricky to cook a whole turbot because of its unusual shape, and I picked up actually in a car boot sale a turbot cattle, which is about that big, which does about a 3-4 kilo turbot, which is enough for about 8 or 9 people. You don't need to give them a lot. I just poach a turbot and then make a hollandaise sauce to go with it, a few new potatoes, a bit of spinach. That's Christmas Eve sorted out. Well, I think the overrated Christmas dish really is often turkey, right? And I think the reason it's overrated a lot of the time is people get so hung up about it. They tend to worry too much. They do all kinds of weird and wonderful cooking processes. Basically, a turkey is just a big chicken, and don't even worry about any more than that. Underrated, well, these days I think it's actually Christmas pudding, or as my Australian wife calls it, plum pudding. People have childhood memories of a really rich finishing dish, but you only give people a little bit, and as I said earlier, if I haven't said it before, serve it with ice cream. All country living readers, I just want to wish you a very happy Christmas from me, Rick Stein.